Hello again. This is Ashley Sellers, speech language pathologist and owner and operator of Speech, Language, and Beyond. I'm coming to you today with yet another video to add to my interactive speech therapy video lessons. This is another lesson that is targeting articulation drills for the letter B, which is the B sound. So stay tuned and make sure you have your child sit in front of the video and follow along. I hope you all enjoy. Here are the instructions. Sit your child in front of the video. Before leaving them to do the lesson, watch the description given of the sound being reviewed. Sit with them during the isolation level part of the video to ensure they understand what to do. Once they have the hang of it, listen in on the session to make sure they are following through. Repeat lesson as needed. In the first section of this video, we will be describing how to make the B sound. When you make the B sound, you are pressing your top lip and your bottom lip together, and your voice is going to vibrate. So watch my mouth as I make the B sound. B. Now, if you look to the right of your screen, you will see where there are lots of letter B's lined up in a row under step number 2. I want you to watch my mouth as I make that sound. Are you ready? B. 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 Good job. Now, if you go on to step number 3, what you're going to do is to put your finger under the first B sound, and you're going to point and make the B sound every time you point to the picture. And I'll give you a few minutes to do that. Great job. Now, the next thing that I want you to do, I only want you to listen and watch on this next section. It's important because you need to see what the B sound looks like in different positions within a word. At the beginning, which we call the initial position, in the middle, which we call the medial position, and at the end, which is what we call the final position. So let's look at step number 4, and let's start with the initial B sound. Watch my mouth and listen. Bite, book, boat, bowl, bull, bug. All of those words had the B sound at the beginning. Now, let's listen for the B sound in the middle of our words. Baby, bubble, cabin, caboose, cabbage, ribbon. Great job. Now let's move on to the very last row where we're listening for the B sound at the end of our words. Cab, rub, knob, robe, curb, bib. Great job of looking and listening. Remember, the B sound is made by pressing your top lip and your bottom lip together and voicing by having your voice vibrate. B, B, B. You may repeat this section of the video if needed. or you can move on to the next section. In this next section, we will practice making the B sound in isolation. That simply means that we're going to practice making the B sound alone without any other sounds combined with it. So if you look to the right of your screen, you will see the letter B or the B sound in raindrops. I want you to take your index finger and to place it under the first raindrop. And as we do so, I'm going to make the B sound and you're going to make it after me. And we will do this 2 times. Let's start with the first one. Do you have your finger ready? B. 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 All right, so we're going to go back through that one more time. Start your finger under the first B that's to the left. Ready? Let's begin. B. 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 Great job. You can go back through and try it on your own. Once you're done, move on to the next section. Great job, and let's keep going. Now, in this section, we are going to pair the B sound at the beginning of a syllable by pairing them with vowel sounds. So as you can see to the right of your screen, we have different pictures that represent those open vowels. So I want you to start by putting your finger under the B, and we're going to start there. B. The ghost says, boo. The sheep says, bah. Bow. Bye. So let's do those again. And remember, you're going to use your finger and point. I'm going to say the word first, and then you're going to say the word after me. Let's start back with the B. B. The ghost says, boo. The sheep says, bah. Bow. Bye. Great job. You can go back and do this by yourself and repeat this section. Once you're ready, we're going to move on to the next section. Great job. In the next section, what we're going to do, we're going to begin to practice the B sound in words. But instead of saying the entire word, we are going to break down the sound. Okay? So as you notice to the right of your screen, each picture has the word below that starts with B, and there's a box under each sound. We are going to first say the name of the picture, and when I do that, I only want you to watch. And then as I begin to break it down, I want you to repeat the sound after me. All right, so we're going to start with bike. Watch me break it down and repeat what I say, and make sure you put your finger under the first box that starts with B. B. I. K. Let's do it again. B. I. K. Bike. Let's go to the next one with bone. Let's break it down. This allows you to get a good feel for the sound. Put your finger under that first box where you see the letter B. B. O. N. B. O. N. bone. Let's go to the next one, boat. Put your finger under the square that's under the letter B. B, O, T, B, O, T, boat. Great job. Let's go to the next one, which is book. You're going to put your finger under the first letter B there. B, K, B, K, book. Let's go to the second row. We're going to start with bus. Put your finger under the first sound, which is B, and follow along. B, S, B, S, bus. Let's start with the next one, bun. Put your finger under B, B, N, B, N, bun. Let's go to the next one, which is bug. Start by putting your finger under the letter B, and you're going to follow the square from each sound next to the letter. B, G, B, G, bug. Great job. And then the last one that we have here is bat. Let's break down the sound by starting by putting your finger under the letter B and then going from left to right. B, A, T, B, A, T, bat. Great job. You may go back and repeat this section. If you feel that you have it, let's go ahead and move on to the next. Great job, and thank you for working hard. Now, as you will notice in this section, we have those same pictures, but instead of having the box under each letter, now you see a line under each letter. So where in the previous section, we broke down the sound by saying B, I, K. In the next section, we're going to start with B and blend it to the other sounds so you get a feel of what the real B sound is within a real word. All right, so let's start with bike, and you're going to still put your your finger under the letter B, and you're going to glide it across to the other sounds. B, Ike, B, Ike, bike. All right, so your finger is going to look like this. B, Ike, B, Ike, bike. That's what it should look like under the picture. All right, let's go to the next one. You're going to put your finger under the letter B and glide it across to the other sounds. B, own, B, own, bone. Let's start with the next one for boat. Put your finger under B and you're going to slide it across. B, oat, B, oat, boat. Very good. Let's go to book. B, ook, B, ook, book. All right, let's start with the second row. We're going to start with the bust. I want you to put your finger under the letter B and slide it across. B, us, B, us, bus. Let's go to the next one. Bun, B, un, B, un, bun. Let's do the next one with bug. Start your finger by placing it under the letter B. B, ugh, B, ugh, bug. And let's start this last section. B, at, B, bat. Great job. You may repeat this section if necessary. Once you are ready, let's move on to the next section. Great job, and thank you for working hard. This next section, we're just pretty much practicing the be in initial word position by going through and naming each picture. So thus far, we have broken down the sound. Then we have also blended the sound. Now in this section, we just want to work on naming the word as it is, the way that you would produce the B sound when you're naming objects or when you're speaking to someone. We're going to go through and say each picture one time, and then once we're done, you can go back and you can practice. If you feel that you're not ready to move past this section, you can always apply the techniques that you learned from the previous sections. If you can't get it right the first time, then try breaking it down. B, I, K, if that was the word that you were using. Once you feel comfortable, then try making the B sound and then blending it to the other sounds. B, Ike, bike. So you can use those techniques here if you need to, but try to follow along and watch as hard as you can. All right, so let's start with the first one. We're going to put our finger under the first picture, and then let's begin. I'm going to say it first. I want you to watch my mouth, and then you can say it after me. Bus. Bow. Boat. Bat. Big. Boots. Boy. Bell. Bike. Bunny. Bark. Bee. Bird. Back. Bone. Belt. Ball. Book. Bowl. Bed. Bug. Barn. Beach. Bag. Bear. Great job. Repeat this section if necessary. Let's move on now to initial B phrases. So in this section, we're going to take it a step further by practicing our B sound in phrases. So a phrase is not necessarily a complete sentence, but a combination of about 2 or 3 words. So if you notice here to the right of your page, each word has a square or a rectangle underneath the picture. That helps us to pace our speech and to give us enough time to form the B sound as well as other words within the word in order to have a clear sounding phrase. So let's start with the first one where we see the bike. Put your hand under the first word. Notice both of these words begin with the B sound. Watch my mouth, and then I want you to say it after me. Bumpy, bike. Let's try it again. Bumpy, bike. Now I'm going to say both words together, so this time let me say both words and then you say them together as a phrase. Bumpy bike. Very good. Let's go to the next one with the dog. Let's break down the 2 words first. Doggy, bone. Doggy, bone. Now I'm going to say both words together. Wait for me to say both words, and then you're going to say the entire phrase after me. Doggy bone. Let's go to the next one for boat. This is a 3-word phrase. Sail the boat. Let's try it again. Sail the boat. I'm going to say all 3 words together now. Sail the boat. All right, let's go to the second row with the boy and the book. Read the book. Read a book. Let's try it again because I said the instead of a. Read a book. Let's put it all together now. Read a book. Let's go to the next one for bus. We're back to a 2-word phrase now. Yellow bus. Yellow bus. Let's put both words together. Yellow bus. All right, and let's go to the last one with the bug. Busy bug. Busy bug. Busy bug. You got it. All right, so we're going to stop here. If you need to go back and redo this section, please do so. If not, feel free to move on to the next section. You're working hard. Thank you. Well, boys and girls, now we've come to our final section in the video. If you've made it this far, it means that you're showing a lot of progress, and that is really, really good. So you get a thumbs up. So here, instead of having the phrase, now we're going to work on having the sentence. So just like we did with the phrase, I'm going to tell you every word in the sentence first. And I want you to watch my mouth. And as I say each word, I want you to say that word back to me. I want you to watch my mouth to see how the sounds are forming, what my mouth looks like when the sounds are coming out. Then we're going to go back and we're going to say the entire sentence, okay? So let's start with the first one with boat. Put your finger under the first word and repeat after me. Make sure you watch my mouth. This is a boat. Let's say it again. This is a boat. Now I'm going to say the entire sentence. Then I want you to say the entire sentence after me. So listen for the entire sentence first. This is a boat. This is a boat. Let's go to the next one. Now we're going to say every word. I'm going to say it first, then I want you to say it after me. Look at the big bug. Look at the big bug. Now I'm going to put it all together, so listen and then say it after me. Look at the big bug. Look at the big bug. Let's go to the second row with the bat. We're going to say every word and then I want you to say it after me. The bat lives in the cave. The bat lives in the cave. Now I'm going to say the entire thing, then I want you to blend it together and say it after me. The bat lives in the cave. The bat lives in the cave. All right, and let's move on to our last picture. You're almost done. You've been working really, really hard. The bun is brown. The bun is brown. Let's say the whole thing together. The bun is brown. The bun is brown. Well, congratulations. You've made it to the end. I'm so proud of you. And anytime that you need to go back and practice this video, feel free to do so that you can have clear sounding speech. Congratulations, and I'll see you all later.